Good morning, everybody. We're here to address issues that are facing our country. For many years, I've worked for civil rights. I marched in the civil rights movement with Dr. King, and we're at a crossroads in this country today. And I'm asking America to support President Trump and what he's going through. It's unfair, and as Dr. King said many years ago, he challenged America to live up to his dreams. A justice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in a network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all. And for the hate media to want to impeach President Trump even before he was in office tells us that it's not legitimate. And especially Black America. When I marched in the civil rights movement, we marched that our children could enjoy the blessings of this great country. We dreamed of our children going to school and living a better life than we live, the hardships that we suffered. And today, we did a research on America since the civil rights movement in a book called A Dream Derailed. And many years of research, we can tell you that the liberals have forgotten Black America. They have used us for their advantage. The civil rights movement was hijacked by the liberals for homosexuality and anything they wanted. They called it the civil rights. But being Black in America, we deserve civil rights. So I'm encouraging America today to stand for what is right. Do not join the hate crowd, hating on President Trump because of who he is and what he does. So today, if we will face reality and be true to ourselves, we will not go along with the hate mongers that want to get President Trump out and somebody else in. So I ask America, especially Black America, who President Trump has done all he could to reach out to me and many other Black leaders and say, what can we do to help Black America? And he has instituted those things that we laid out to him that Black America needs. Although we marched in the civil rights movement 60-some years ago, some ways we're worse off now than we were then. I've been in 5 hospitals. I have not found one African American doctor. The Black doctors I found were from Africa. What happened to the dream that we had? So I implore all Americans to be honest and get the facts, not emotions, not what the news media tell you, but get the facts about this president and this country and where we are today. Thank you very much.
I guess, Bourbon, do you want to take a couple of questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, first, give me your full name again, Bourbon.
Bill Owens.
Okay. You know, they're going to be voting soon on this, and whether or not to go forward with this impeachment.
Right.
How do you feel it's going to go?
I think they should drop it. I don't think they will. I think they should. Anytime they wanted to impeach the president before he was even in office, so it was nothing he did. They looked for a reason to impeach him because they did not want him to be president. And they have failed to accept the fact that President Trump won the election. They have failed to accept it. So this is a way of circumventing. And what they're afraid of is he's going to win again, which he will. And I put all of my support behind it.
He's not going to be. They want to impeach him.
Do you think what's happening is taking away a lot from what should be happening in the United States? I mean, what is there to look forward? You know, like you said, you work for Black America, work for other movements, other rights. You think a lot of that's neglected?
Very much neglected. And what has happened is the liberals have taken the civil rights movement, hijacked it, and made it the homosexual movement. They use what we suffer If your face was black in America, you were black. And they treated you like we were not even humans. I lived through it. I'm 81 years old. I know the damage that was done to the black family in this country. And I go back to President Johnson hiring 100,000 social workers, federal social workers, to go throughout America and get black women on welfare but put the father out of the home. It destroyed the black family.
You mentioned that a couple of doctors and so on, other folks are with you in this coalition. Can you tell us who and so on, as far as other pastors as well?
We have a broad network. As a matter of fact, we have 307,000 people, partners. And we have a broad network of pastors throughout the country that support us.
What would you like to see done in this country, perhaps if he is reelected the next term or so on? What can you emphasize more on?
I would like to see emphasis put on the inner city. Our inner cities are dying. They're led by the other party, for the far left movement. And black people are suffering. And this thing about welfare, it was started right on the heels of the civil rights movement. When President Johnson said, give a Negro a little bit and you'll have Democrat for 200 years, I didn't realize until 2015 that it was planned. I did not know that. Now I know why so many blacks on welfare. Look at our children. Don't get a good education, many of them. The inner city, killings, that's not what we march for.
Do you feel President Trump has done enough for minorities?
He's done the things we asked him to do.
Prison reform.
Jobs, education. He's worked with the black community. He has us in the White House. He wants to know what do we need in the black community, and he has done everything we requested of him.
You said he personally reached out to you?
Yes.
Can you tell us how that conversation went?
Oh, he wanted to, Owens, what can we do to better the condition of blacks in America? It's bad. And we told him the prison reform was one thing, illegal immigration was another thing. When the illegal aliens come into the country, they come to our community. They don't go to the rich community. They take our jobs, welfare, health care, and we're left behind.
What are you planning to talk with them again in regards?
Oh yes, I'll be meeting with them soon.
Okay. Anything else you want to comment that I didn't ask you?
You didn't comment on the petition.
Oh, we
To
have
our
a petition.
website to sign the petition.
Come on.
Yeah. And just tell me who you are and so on.
Hi, I'm Dr. Deborah Owens. I, along with my husband, lead the Coalition of African American Pastors, and we're asking all concerned citizens to go to our website, CAAPUSA.org, to sign our petition, telling Congress we're tired of the nonsense and they need to get back to work for the American people. Thank you.
And they can all our book, A Dream Derailed. It gives a history how we dreamed, and that dream has been derailed. And many blacks are in worse condition now than they were before the civil rights movement.
You said, what would you feel, or how would you feel Martin Luther King would be involved in this, or how would his opinion go towards what's happening today with President Trump and impeachment?
He would support President Trump. Martin Luther King supported people on principle. When he was with you on an issue, he stood up. When he was against you on an issue, he stood up. President Johnson was one of his closest allies. But on Vietnam, President King went against President Johnson with full force. So he stood on principle. Now we see that people do what is popular, and they don't want to be criticized. I don't mind being criticized.
Anything else you want to comment?
Okay.
Anybody want to say anything?
If so, okay, we'll just put you right close with the revenue, so that way you can pick up the mic. All right, scoot in a little bit more. Right there. Okay, go ahead.
I am Deborah Crahall, and I totally support the efforts of Reverend Owens and his coalition. I think it's imperative at this time that this nation come together and look at what is truly happening and set politics aside. But I think this is a wonderful effort.